most notable quarterback to come out of BYU the last few years is Taysom Hill, but many do not know about the hidden gem who could be the next big name out of the program. With the first major college football game taking place between BYU and Navy tomorrow night, I wanted to put the spotlight on a college football quarterback that is not talked about enough and is one of college football's best kept secrets, and could also have a big 2020 season. The man is none other than BYU junior quarterback Zach Wilson. Advanced stats show Wilson is one of the best quarterbacks on the West Coast, and I think he is a guy who could be a sleeper NFL pick in the coming years, just like Taysom Hill. So let's meet this guy. Today we will talk about his journey to BYU and why this guy is a hidden gem. But first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and if you are not already, then please consider subscribing, as I make videos all about college football, and I need your help to reach 11,000 subscribers by the end of September. As usual, be sure to support the video and the channel by smashing that like button, dropping a future video suggestion, and turning on post notifications so you never miss another upload. Now let's get started with the rise of Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson was one of the best freshman quarterbacks in the country back in 2018, and NFL scouts have this as a guy to keep on their radar for later, but he has since struggled at times and has battled a lot of injuries, which has kind of set him back. Now let's talk about his story. The Wilsons were a very hard-working and successful family, and Zach was destined to be a good quarterback. His family grew up in Utah, and they were actually all die-hard Utah Utes fans, so him being at BYU is very ironic. Zach was a hard-working kid who would eventually become a quarterback phenom in the area and was destined to play high major football. At least they thought. Zach never got a call from Kyle Whittingham at Utah because he promised prized recruit Jack Tuttle that he wouldn't recruit any other quarterbacks, and sadly, Whittingham listened to him. Jack Tuttle ended up not doing much, and he would transfer to Indiana after only one season, and I bet the staff wished they would have recruited Wilson instead. He would get an offer from the most prestigious Group of 5 school in Boise State, and he would actually commit there at first. The family was apparently all in, as they had flags, shirts, and all sorts of Bronco apparel, but Zach would later change his mind. He wanted to be around his family, he wanted his grandparents to be able to see him play, and he wanted an option more local. BYU came in really late to his recruitment, but it was for a reason. Cougar head coach Kalani Stake gave his offensive coordinator the duty of offering quarterbacks, and that dude just wasn't interested in Zach. That coordinator was fired in November though, and the coach called his family up and talked about offering him. His mother was upset about how late they recruited him and said, quote, "They waited until the fourth quarter with 1 minute left and now they want to sign him?" After a 4-hour meeting, Zach decided BYU would be a good place for him, and he was thinking about decommitting from Boise State. The pros of BYU were it was a good education, it was close to home, and he could play immediately. The cons were the family hated BYU. Zach would end up committing to BYU over the likes of Oregon State, California, and Boise State, and he was going to have a chance to start and play early. According to 24/7 Sports, Wilson was a 3-star recruit, the number 38 pro-style quarterback, and the 958th best player in the class of 2018. BYU used to be known for producing high-level quarterbacks back in the day, but the program hasn't been the same since their glory days. Despite that narrative, Wilson was expected to be a big player for them moving forwards, and he would end up becoming the youngest quarterback to start in program history. But it wouldn't happen immediately. Senior quarterback Tanner Mangum was the starter at first, and after 6 games, they realized it was time to make a change. On October 13th against Hawaii, a 19-year-old made his first career start. Wilson threw for 194 yards and 3 touchdowns in their blowout win. He would lead them to a 4-3 record as a starter, and 2 of those losses came to Boise State and Utah. You may be asking, Scott, why are you talking about an average starter from a Group of 5 caliber team? And my answer is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Against Western Michigan, Zach went 18 for 18 for 317 yards and 4 touchdowns in their dominating win. That was the game that put Wilson on the map, and I don't know if I can remember another time a college quarterback had a perfect game like that, let alone a freshman. As a true freshman, he threw for 1,578 yards and 12 touchdowns, while looking like the future of BYU football. According to advanced stats, Wilson was one of the best quarterbacks on the West Coast as only a true freshman. As a sophomore, Wilson had a ton of hype, but he went into the season with a shoulder injury. He would struggle in their Week 1 loss to Utah, but he once again made a name for himself in Week 2. On the road against Tennessee, Wilson helped lead a late comeback where they would beat the Tennessee Vols in double overtime. The following week, he led them to a win over number 24 USC in overtime, and you have to give this dude credit for winning those big-time games. They would lose to Washington the following week before he would suffer a thumb injury that would mess up the rest of his season against Toledo. He still managed to throw for 2,382 yards, but he threw 9 picks and his completion percentage had dipped. In those 4 games he missed, it paved the way for 2 other quarterbacks to play, and they all apparently did pretty well. Going into 2020, there will be a quarterback battle, but I think Wilson will be expected to be the starter after he rehabbed, bulked up, and got a lot better during the COVID pandemic. Some 2022 NFL draft boards have Wilson's name on him, and he has a lot of potential to become a star in 2020. This could either be a complete flop, or I could hit the nail on the head with this guy, but we'll just have to wait and see. I originally wasn't actually going to upload today, but I realized BYU plays tomorrow, and this would be a chance to put the spotlight on a mid-major player. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to smash that like button and drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and help me reach 11,000 subscribers if you're new. If you're still here, check out my video about another mid-major star in Lane Hatcher, and all my other 2020 college football videos. Hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.